Imagine, if you will, a door. On this side is the world you already know. Love it or hate it. But on the other side lies a world free from person on person gun violence. Already one a click away? I get it. It's impossible, right? But if it were possible, would you walk through? Let's find out, shall we? In 4, 3, 2, 1. First, let's identify the desired outcome. The goal is to reduce the incidence of gun violence so effectively that it becomes scarce, abnormal, and shocking. The goal is to uphold the Second Amendment. The goal is to have well-regulated militias. The goal is to track guns and ammo that might be used in person-on-person gun violence. The goal is to monitor bad actors who need guns and ammo to commit the crime of person-on-person gun violence and other crimes. Some of these will be addressed in other videos, but they all are interconnected and must be addressed. Secondly, we must state our intent. Intent is the guiding light we need to see and reach our goals. If we are dishonest or hypocritical or unclear about our intent or goals, then they will be unreachable. Intent matters and creates accountability. So, what is our intent? We must agree on the outcome stated earlier. We must agree that part of our social contract will be working together to reach that outcome. That work must be honest and free of corruption and greed. We must elect politicians who uphold the goal of ending gun violence and hold them accountable when they deviate from that goal. Thirdly, before discussing the solutions, we must do one last thing. We must use tough love. Take some bitter self-reflection medicine. Confess, at least to ourselves, the real reasons we still have so much person-on-person gun violence and mass shootings. This is the hard part. Harder than implementing change or reaching the goal. And without it, we will not reach our goal anytime soon. We need to be honest with ourselves and have real conversations in our homes and communities, news, and social media. So let's list these topics and inflection points. We must admit that many people want a civil war and think it will provide an opportunity to cull those they consider inferior, offensive, or just annoying. These people fantasize, prep, and plan for their own myopic version of the new normal during and after an apocalypse. It will not go as planned. We must admit that we do not have well-regulated militias. Look at January 6, regardless of your political affiliation or opinion. Look at it from the operational perspective of a militia leader. It was chaos, unregulated, undisciplined. Look at the biblical basis for war. Written into that document is the permission, the order, to kill all males who refuse to convert to Christianity. But I ask after that, what happens? Air quotes added by me. To the wives, girlfriends, mothers, grandmothers, and daughters of these eliminated men. Consider trade and all the goods we need from countries that rely on stable supply chains to deliver them. Consider hierarchies and which militia will be the governing force. Consider military discipline and ethics, and how even in the most disciplined military branches in the world is rape, violence, drug use, etc. Then scale this to an undisciplined militia. Consider war and all the casualties, innocents, and friendly fire even with the best communication under the best conditions. Consider all the things you know and love. Twinkies, chocolate, coffee, gasoline, road trips, sanitation, canned food, one-day Amazon delivery, apps, smartphones, leisure time, Netflix. Then take most of that away. A civil war would set us back in time to the Middle Ages, and we may never recover. Lastly, consider that America sets the tone for the world stage. If we fall, many other countries will fall. Next, we must admit that some of the reasons we want untraceable guns and ammo is that we do not want to deal with the consequences of our actions. It might be couched in the ability to have secret or untraceable guns, to fight the government or other forces. But if you are arguing that they are for home protection or hunting, that has nothing to do with traceability. That is like saying you want a secret, unregistered, uninsured car, so you can speed, outwit red light cameras, and occasionally run over someone or perform other crimes, without those crimes being tied to your vehicle. Fourthly, we discuss some of the possible solutions. Number one is to foster gun safety while upholding the Second Amendment. Humans desire, and in some instances, need range weapons. Humans will never give up range weapons. If there is a threat of any kind, or we need to hunt again, ranged weapons do something that cannot be performed in any other way. We want and need range, even if it is just a bow and arrows. So, trying to eliminate them entirely is not the best strategy. It will meet with too much opposition from too many sources. Let people have their guns. Additionally, guns, ammo, accessories, and shooting ranges are enormous industries and provide thousands of jobs. So, we must create and deliver safer firearm alternatives, used alongside traditional firearms, so we can eventually move to safer, accountable, long-range weapons. If we can supply free, optimized ways to defend our homes and hunt, while keeping all other guns secure, we can shift in one generation to a safer country. If we can rebuild trust in the government, in this and other ways, we can decrease the fear of dictatorships and other unwanted governmental models. 2. Number 2, we should offer free smart guns to residents with secured guns. If a homeowner can prove they have a gun safe or a secure gun lock and do not lend guns or share the safe combo with kids, they get a smart gun. Details to follow. 3. Number 3, we should provide serialized free ammo for the smart guns. This will tie the smart gun and ammo ownership together, creating a chain of custody. Tasers release thousands of microplastic identifiers, which is a ballistic matching feature. Anonymous ammo makes it harder to use forensics and other methods to recreate and analyze the details of a crime. 4. Number 4. If we truly want to end gun violence and do it within a generation, we must compromise and be realistic. The fact is that any ethical and moral group can have most of what they want, but not all of it. All implies the rest of us lose what we want, which is unsustainable. Together, with the help of analysis and logistic planning from AI and eventually a GI, we can make this plan a reality. But we must be granular, specific, honest, and realistic in our vision and plan of how to achieve it. 5. Number 5. We should create intention zones, an opt-in program for neighborhoods, schools, churches, and other targets of gun violence. Geographic areas where the people confirm they want an end to gun violence and general peace, as outlined in the Bill of Rights and Constitution. We can then use that pledge as a data point in a GIS graphical interface system to map out the resources and issues in those areas. This data will also provide a fiscal plan and budget for implementing whatever optional biometric deterrents are available and can serve the issue of person-on-person gun violence. Matching all of this to the reality of boots on the ground will take humans and AI. 6. Lastly, number 6. We must have these conversations without including intentional plans and preparations for civil war or a biblical end of days, despite your religious beliefs or lack thereof. Once you start injecting these two concepts into your world building or governance, you are deviating from the goal and towards the type of behavior accompanying these two avoidable nightmare scenarios. In conclusion, these are just a few ideas from one person. If I am wrong, then show me another way, a better way, another path we can walk together and become whole again. So, until next time, imagine, if you will, a door.